A very good morning and welcome to a brand new edition of the Breakfast Rundown on TV1. I'm Therunee Karunaratne, and as always we're coming to you live from our Newsfirst studios here in Colombo. This morning too we are ready to bring to you details of all the top stories from both here at home and around the world. Stay tuned with us. We have all the news in detail. As always, we start off with news here at home. A special Gazette notification has been issued declaring all services related to electricity supply as essential services. The notification has been issued under the powers vested in President Therunee in accordance with Section 2 of the Essential Public Services Act No. 61 of 1979. According to the Gazette, this decision was taken considering the necessity of ensuring the continuation of normal public life and the possibility of disruptions or hindrances to such essential services. Now, trade unions of the Ceylon Electricity Board have decided to intensify their ongoing trade union action by expanding the Work to Rule campaign. Accordingly, from midnight yesterday, all production-related activities have been halted. The campaign will continue for the 18th day today. Speaking to the media, Kaushala Singha, chairman of the CEB Technical Officers Union, said that the third phase of this Work to Rule campaign commenced from midnight yesterday. He added that trade union leaders will meet at noon today to decide on the next steps. He also noted that discussions will also focus on further intensifying the campaign and reviewing possible government responses. A total of 25 trade unions, including the CEB Engineers Union, aligned with opposition political parties, have been engaged in various forms of trade union action in the recent days. These included sick leave protests, work to rule campaigns and demonstrations. The unions are making 24 key demands, mainly tied to securing benefits during the restructuring process of the CEB. Under the recently approved Electricity Act, the CEB is to be restructured into 4 state-owned companies. Key demands of the protesters include granting overdue promotions and salary arrears, adding a 10,000 rupees allowance paid temporarily as a salary component to the basic salary from the 31st of December 2023, implementing a 25% salary increase effective from the 1st of January 2024 along with arrears, removing the 5 million rupee cap on compensation paid under the voluntary retirement scheme, appointing directors to represent employees, entering into agreements covering wages, allowances, intensives and all monetary and non-monetary benefits, and granting a 50% increase to the basic salary. Now, in an effort to address these issues, CEB Chairman Professor Udayange Hemapala, together with senior officials, called for discussions with all registered trade unions. Now, although 42 trade unions are registered with the CEB, only 7 participated in these talks. Let's take a look at your weather forecast for today. The Met Department says that the prevailing showery and windy condition over the southwestern parts of the island is expected to continue. Showers will occur at times in the western and Sabaragamuwa provinces and in the Gaul, Mathura, Kandy and Nuwara Eliya districts. Fairly heavy falls above 50 millimeters are likely at some places as well. Several spells of light showers may occur in the northwestern province. Showers or thunder showers are likely at a few places in the Uva province and in the Ampara and Batiklo districts after 2 p.m. Fairly strong winds of about 30 to 40 kilometers per hour can be expected at times over the western slopes of the central hills and in the central, northern, north central and northwestern provinces and in the Trincomalee and Hambantota district. And as always, the general public is requested to take adequate precautions to minimize damages caused by temporary localized strong winds and lightning during thunder showers. With that, let's move on to more local news. President Therunee is scheduled to leave for the United States today to attend the 80th session of the United Nations General Assembly. The president is set to depart from the island this evening and will address the UN General Assembly on Wednesday at 3:15 p.m. New York time. During his visit, President Therunee is also expected to hold bilateral discussions with UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres and several other world leaders. In addition, he will meet with members of the Sri Lankan community residing in the United States. Minister of Foreign Affairs, Foreign Employment and Tourism, Vijay Herath, will accompany the President on this visit. Now, a special week has been declared starting today to resolve issues faced by the public regarding the Employees Provident Fund or EPF. Commissioner General of Labour Nadika Bhattacharya announced that these services will be available at the main Labour Department office in Narayanpeta as well as all district labour offices across the country. Meanwhile, the Sri Lanka Computer Emergency Readiness Team or CERT says that a total of 6,512 complaints related to cyber crimes through social media have been reported during the first 7 months of this year. Senior engineer of CERT Charuka Damanupala says that among them 1,198 complaints were linked to financial fraud. Other reported incidents include cases involving fake Facebook accounts, online sexual harassment, defamation and hacking of WhatsApp accounts. Up next is international news for this morning. Now, Britain, Canada, Australia and Portugal all recognized the Palestinian state on Sunday in a move born out of frustration over the Gaza war and intended to promote a two-state solution, prompting a furious response from Israel. The decision by 4 nations from the West, which has traditionally allied with Israel, aligned them with more than 140 other countries also backing Palestinians' aspiration to forge an independent homeland from the occupied territories. Britain's decision carried particular symbolism given its major role in Israel's creation as a modern nation in the aftermath of World War II. Prime Minister Keir Starmer said, quote, "Today, to revive the hope of peace for the Palestinians and Israelis and a two-state solution, the United Kingdom formally recognizes the state of Palestine. The man-made humanitarian crisis in Gaza reaches new depths. The Israeli government's relentless and increasing bombardment of Gaza, the offensive of recent weeks, the starvation and devastation are utterly intolerable," unquote. Now, other nations, including France, are expected to follow suit this week at the UN General Assembly in New York. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu condemned the move. Let's take a look at what the Prime Minister had to say.
And I have another message for you. It will not happen. A Palestinian state will not be established west of the Jordan River. For years, I have prevented the establishment of this terrorist state, despite tremendous pressure both domestically and internationally.
Israel's ensuing campaign in Gaza has killed more than 65,000 Palestinians, most of them civilians, according to local health authorities, spread famine, demolished most buildings and displaced most of the population, often multiple times. Announcing his country's decision, Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney said it would empower those seeking peaceful coexistence and the end of Hamas. Portugal's Foreign Affairs Minister said this recognition was a fundamental line of Portugal's foreign policy. Speaking to reporters at the headquarters of Portugal's permanent mission to the United Nations in New York, he said, quote, "Portugal advocates the two-state solution as the only path to a just and lasting peace. A ceasefire is urgent," unquote. Now, the United States, Israel's closest ally, did not comment immediately on the decision by 3 of its allies to recognize a Palestinian state. But President Donald Trump has previously made clear he opposes such a move. Coming up next is your sports news for this morning. And in sports, it's cricket. India registered a convincing 6-wicket win over Pakistan in their Super 4 encounter of the 2025 Asia Cup T20 tournament played in Dubai. Winning the toss at the Dubai International Stadium, India opted to field first. Notably, the two captains once again refrained from the customary pre-match handshake. The opening duo for Pakistan managed only a 21-run stand. Sahibzada Farhan then combined with Saim Ayub for a solid 72-run partnership of 49 balls for the second wicket. Farhan top scored with a brisk 58 of 45 deliveries, which included 5 boundaries and 3 sixes. For India, Shivam Dube picked up 2 wickets. Pakistan eventually posted 171 for 5 in their allotted 20 overs. In reply, India got off to a flying start with openers Abhishek Sharma and Shubman Gill adding 105 runs for the first wicket. Gill was dismissed for 47, while Abhishek Sharma played a blistering knock of 74 off just 39 balls, striking 6 fours and 4 sixes. Captain Suryakumar Yadav was dismissed without scoring, but Tilak Varma held his nerve to remain unbeaten on 30. Hafiz Rauf was the most successful bowler for Pakistan, claiming 2 wickets. India chased down the 172-run target in 18.5 overs, finishing on 172 for 4 to seal victory by 6 wickets. All matches of the Asia Cup 2025 T20 tournament are broadcast live on TV1 and streamed live on www.sirasatv.ok. Well, that brings to a close this morning's edition of the Breakfast Rundown on TV1. Thank you for joining us today. Do join us tomorrow as well for more of the very latest from here at home and around the world. Take care. Have a wonderful day ahead.